Teddy, we're barreling through. We're almost done with the first hour. We're literally almost done with the first hour here, and it's gone by in a blink.
Well, yeah, time flies when you're in these seats.
Well, yeah, and I really do appreciate all the head coaches. I think I've told you guys this before, but I appreciate the one thing. I'm going into year number 5, so I've been here 4 years now in Kern County, and I don't know a football coach that I don't get along with that does it. Isn't good to us, is an easy person to work with. So we welcome you guys back to the 4th segment here on the 2018 BVarsity Coaches Show, brought to you by Motor City Buick, GMC Buick. I will get that right. It's probably somewhere around October. But we bring in, I am Trevor Horn here in the downtown TBC studio. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching this live on baseball.com or BVarsity Live Facebook, or if you're watching this on demand, appreciate you guys. I'm here with our sports editor, Teddy Feinberg, and we welcome in Stockdale head coach Brett Shelton. Brett, you're now in your 5th year here at Stockdale after taking over the program. You got a lot of moving pieces this year. You bring in Eric Smith, who I mean, by far, one of the greatest offensive minds that this county has seen, and he's probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, even though he doesn't look the part of that. So for you moving into this season, that adds a whole different wrinkle for you as a coaching staff. Where is your excitement level with this program?
We got Eric, which is a huge pickup, Coach Schmitty. You said it when it comes to his brain power. He's one of the more intelligent coaches I've been around. We're like a little chess match together, me being defensive minded, him being offensive minded, and just spitting it across. But the biggest thing I'm most impressed with him is his relationship business with the kids. Yeah. I mean, he's solid with them. I mean, you can be the smartest guy on the football field, but if you can't get that across and the buy-in from the kids, and those kids love him to death, and he's something special. And we're lucky to have him.
Well, and you look at the success that he had at Golden Valley. Yeah. I mean, it was incredible. I mean, my first 2 years here, he took him to the D3 semifinals 2 years in a row, and that just shows you, his ability to take what he has and find the best pieces for it, and it helps you out.
Super adaptable. I mean,
and he has smiles on his face because he's not a head coach anymore.
Well, and that's another thing when he has that head coaching background, and there's no egos when it comes to building a program or developing a program or what's best for the program. So his perspective, we got Jared Prosser's on campus now,
former head coach of Fraser Mountain and Taft.
So he brings a perspective, and it's a great think tank that we get in these meetings. We have a blast. They're solid guys, and they're great with our kids, and I think our kids are pretty blessed to have those two to be around. And they're willing to work too. Yeah. I mean, they love the workload and the grind of football, so it's a pretty special environment out in those practices and those meetings.
And you love to have guys that are on campus coaches, like Jared finally got out of his contract to Taft, and he's at Stockdale with you full time.
Yeah, that's a huge pickup, not only just for football program, but for our school. I mean, he's going to bring a great mentality to those kids, and he's just a good dude, just a solid guy. I mean, he's one of my best friends, and I'm pretty choosy when it comes to that. So.
It's like him, your cousin Justin. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt that you got a cousin who's also
J-Rob. Yeah, a huge supporter, man. He's trying to help out any case possible. He's a solid dude.
All right, so tell us about the 2018 Stockdale. Evan Burkhart kind of leads the way,
Well, yeah, you said it. The first name that's going to pop out is Evan Burkhart. That guy, he's a workhorse. I mean, you guys get to see what he does on Friday nights, but I selfishly get to see what he does in the weight room and out on practice. There's nobody going to outwork him. He's just fine-tuning his craft every day. He might not say a lot, but he just goes out there and he's a workhorse. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the mentality that he used to bring to us a couple of years ago. He might have not said a lot. You see the passion out on a Friday night, but he just fine-tuned his craft, working to get better, and it brings everybody else to another level, and he's pulling those guys along. We got some solid senior leadership this year, and Brandon Dunn. He's another kid that probably doesn't say much, but he's just a workhorse. We got my man Mason Wright back. He's a second-teamer last year. He might not be the tallest kid, but he's got a chip of the shoulder, size of Grand Canyon. He's ready to rock and roll.
And you as a head coach, a very gritty guy when it comes to the nuts and bolts of how you coach, the way you want your guys to be. You love having players like that.
That embrace the physical of the game, but just the
hammerhead
grind,
lifestyle.
man, the grind of it. I mean, biggest lessons that we're trying to teach these guys is the sacrifice word, which is it's harder and harder to teach every year, but do they know what sacrifice looks like? But it's not just showing up and being there. It is giving everything you got. And then some more and break yourself off and then enjoy it. And then right when you're walking off the field, you're focusing on your recovery because I'm going to go do it again. So that's something us as coaches have really been, especially, after this off season, we had to check ourselves and see what are we doing wrong here. And it's just the grittiness that they need to, and they are accepting of the football game.
Well, and that's just the stark reality. You guys go 2-8 last year. You don't win an SWI game. You don't make the playoffs. You've got to look at your players and go, what do you want out of this? The
first thing is I got to look in the mirror and go like, all right, we got to change something here. And it started with the weight room. So injuries was an issue, a little adversity struck, and we failed that test.
Sure.
So how are we going to adapt to the adversity? So weight room was the first one where, I pulled along Coach Smith and Coach Praw, Coach Hall. How are we going to adapt our weight room to mimic what's going to happen on Friday nights, what's going to happen on practice every day? So the mentality starts there, the bond starts there, the unity starts there, and it's just our job as coaches to make sure that's transferring over day in and day out. And, I'm not going to lie, we did like 60-something up-downs the other day just because it was lazy scrimmage, So we're demanding a high level from them because a 2-8, that ain't the way we do stuff around here.
Well, and everybody, you look at Stockdale the years past, it was the marquee football program for a while in Kern County, and you want nothing than to bring it back to that. What can this group do to be able to, start that building process?
Well, it's the mental toughness. We actually picked up Ben Osai. I don't know if you remember Ben, but way back I played.
I know
with
the
Ben.
name, and you can't.
I played
forget
with
the
Ben.
face.
So Ben came back in town, and just to have that alumni willing to coach and understand the expectation of what we have in our minds. That helps and brings another perspective because, I'm the head coach and they're going to listen to me, but at the end of the day, it's the guys in the trenches, it's these assistants that really got to bring it. And Ben, he gives them an eye-opening experience of why are you pouting type things. And these kids love the coaching. They love grinding it. And it starts in the trenches, and it's starting, and it clicked this morning a little bit, which you got to continue to carry that on.
Well, and I don't think anybody ever says no to a guy that's 6'6", about 340.
Yeah,
so
he'll bury you.
Yeah. I look at your schedule, and again, you are not giving yourselves any cupcake games whatsoever. But you want that as a head coach.
Yeah.
You start off on the road at Ridgeview, then you have Clovis at home. You head out to Atascadero, who's a team that you may see in the playoffs, at Independence, and then at Sunnyside.
Another team.
Yeah, so there you have it. You're setting yourselves up to know exactly what you have long before league play starts.
Yeah, we want to know, when you're hitting each other, okay, yeah, we always look good when you're hitting each other. Tomorrow, Friday's going to be a good little test, see if we have that nastiness in us, but Ridgeview's coming, and we're headed there. We're away. You better rock and roll or, we're going to see where we're really at. We have high expectations with this class and with this team. We do have some talent, but at the end of the day, football, you got to tackle and you got to block, and that's all. That's football.
You brought up Elijah Ortiz earlier, and you talked about him. We got a couple more minutes with you, and I know you love to talk highly of your former guys. Yeah. Here's a guy who really is going to be, the standout this year on offense for BC. To be able to see him do so well and knowing that he's going to have a career in football at a 4-year level after this season is done, barring any unforeseen circumstances. You've got to be excited for a guy like that.
Super excited. He comes and visits, shows his great little smile out there. But the thing about E, and I think that a lot of these guys understood about E, is it's almost like what I just said about Burkhart. There's you guys get to see all of his hard work paying off on that Saturday, but that guy loved practice.
Yeah.
He just loves practice, loved the weight room. Like all this hard work, and he gets to do these wonderful things on Saturday, but it's all because of what he does behind the scenes, and he needs to continue to do that. You hear that, E? Love that kid, though.
Teddy, I wish I could go a half hour with everybody, but we got to be able to keep ourselves sane. We can only do these 10-minute segments. So, Brett, we appreciate your time as always. Good luck this season. You got North in a scrimmage on Friday, then you open up at Ridgeview. Good luck to you. Thank you for coming on. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Norm Brown, the guy that he's scrimmaging against on Friday, in studio. We're going to try to pack this into 10 minutes with Norm. I don't know if we can do it. We'll be right back.
All right, thanks, Trevor.